I just want to say, what a great playoffs. You know, when we talked about this for a while, we talked about it a lot on Fully Charged before the season about what the system should be, like how these final games should work, how we don't want them stretched over 5 years or however long it took the time before. And this has been a great spectacle, and it all comes down to this. The entire season, everything comes down to Logjam.
Heist must be like giddy as a schoolgirl right now.
Yeah, he just messaged me on Steam and he said, "Oh my God, is Logjam the deciding map?" I said yes, and he said, "I have a partial." Ridiculous. So yeah, I think he's incredibly excited. It's a weird situation that we're in though, because Logjam has already been updated from this version to iron out some problems that this version had, because obviously it's still in development. So it'll be really interesting to see how it plays out. Of course, it's going to play out slightly differently just because this is such a high-stake game. They might play it a little bit more passively. They might be more afraid of things going wrong, or they might just, be playing it as aggressively as possible because that's the strategy that they want to go with. I'm just really interested to see how these teams play it.
Does anyone want to dare throw out a prediction? Does anyone have any idea which way this is going to go?
9-7, BK.
997.
That's a bold prediction. We'll see how that one works out. I would really love BK to take it. The underdog story would be incredible, but I actually think Ubersexuals have got the advantage on this map by a fair margin. I think they'll have planned ahead for this.
They played it not too long ago. Yeah, like they played it a lot more recently. Like I think a lot of teams, once Logjam was done in like either week 4 or week 5, whichever one it was, a lot of teams just went just put a pin in it. That was the end of Logjam for them as far as they were concerned.
And I'm pretty sure BK will not have been expecting Ubersexuals to pick Logjam. Like, it's such a kind of a wild card decision that they won't have even thought to ban it, I think.
I think potentially they might, I think they would have considered it a possibility. I mean, Ubersexuals, without getting too colourful with my language, they're not like the classic, they're not the White Knights of TF2 by any means. They're kind of, they use the dirty strats, like they're all about the win, and credit to them for it. But I think BK would have considered this a possibility, and they might have had like a small discussion about it. I mean, maybe not. Maybe I'm giving them a bit too much kind of credit on their awareness there. I'm sure they'll deny
it even if they did.
But yeah, I think they would have at least considered it. But it's like, it's not worth the risk to ban it,
Yeah.
Banning Logjam, it just looks so stupid. It's not worth the risk, like on the off chance they did pick it. So I think they just kind of played the odds here, but I think they would have considered it a possibility. I think you have to. When you lose a map in regular season to a team you're playing in a grand final, you kind of have to consider the fact that they're going to have, they might consider picking that map.
Yeah, it's a crazy situation that we find ourselves in, but that's what's happening. We are in the third map of this final best of 3, the grand final. BK won their way through the semi-final by beating off the LBC team that were attempting to also get this spot to face Ubersexuals. They rinsed the Frenchies. The Frenchies nowhere to be seen in this engagement, and they've won they've earned their right to take on Ubersexuals in this final map in the best of 3. It's going to be CP Logjam. We're going to be going live very soon. They've got 6 players on each team.
The reservation is going to end in 10 minutes, though, so AMS should probably work on that before we go completely live. It would be... What? The only thing that could make this an odder situation is if we ran out of server.
Yeah, that would be very strange.
I think... I even saw Ips writing, stop shooting me, I'm practicing rollouts. Let's end this season. Oh, do we have a winner? Admirable just messaged me.
Oh.
Okay, first... Oh, let's go from third. First is... Oh god, why do people with weird names always win stuff? Third place, who's going to get a TT Esports medal cap, is Jaworski. Second place, slightly closer, is Skilliant, who's also going to get a TT Esports medal caps. And the winner of a TT Esports Ventus Gaming Mouse is Justice, or Just 1S. I'm not sure which way it's pronounced.
Oh, I recognise that name actually. I think I've seen him in a few Twitch streams. That's cool. Well, props to those guys for correctly predicting the damage. Have we gone live?
We're live!
We've gone live! This is the final map. No matter which way it goes, this is the final map. Rib so fast to mids. He does manage to tag War. War picks up the health kit though, and they're taking a lot of position. Rising in that bottom left-hand side has been spotted by Hairpy. He's out now though. He's onto Knutsson. Juggles him miles up in the air. What an air shot! Rising absolutely destroying the Swedish medic. Absolute obliteration there on that mid fight. Only Zebasai, Rib, and AMS left alive. Oh my goodness. Mirrolin goes down though from another bomb by AMS. Zebasai, the only person left alive. The medic situation has been equalized. What a play on the first mid.
Yeah, Knutsson though, because he died so early, Toonhat air shot is going to respawn with an Uber advantage, because Mirrolin died a little bit later. 30% is going to be by the time Mirrolin spawns, maybe even 40 by the time he actually links up. And here we go, Ubersexuals take the first mid. They took it kind of convincingly, but again they lost their medics, so BK going to have a chance to push in here. And kaidus, what would you recommend for a Uber advantage push in to Logjam middle?
You know what? Not only was I was dreading this map being picked because I've only played this map once in Division 4. Just go ham, boys. Just go for it. Godspeed. God bless. You can do it, team. I believe.
Well, they've chosen to come through the smallest, spammiest choke point. They're going to Uber through with both soldiers. Everyone from Ubersexuals scatters. AMS gets caught off. Now they're going to recollapse on them. They're getting lots of frags right now. Zappis has found a way to get Merlin and all of it. And there's a soldier all over nuts, and Ips is going to claim that one. P is the final man. They trade medics, but it does cost them an entire team, an entire Uber, to get 2 picks. So Ubersexuals is going to take CP2 for free, and we're going to find ourselves on this last point. Just to double check, is this the version where the last point caps particularly slowly?
No. This last point caps exactly the same speed as Badlands. It's incredibly quickly.
Is that the version after? Yeah.
So Rib putting stickies on the point here is a good shout, in my opinion. I've seen people put stickies further forward in an attempt to kind of catch someone as they're coming in, but this point is so vulnerable. It just doesn't seem like it. I'm not sure why, but as teams play it more and more, I feel like point plays, the same as Badlands, you know, where you can just kind of throw people on the point and it caps so quickly, and you can kind of base a push around the cap time. I feel like people are going to be doing that more and more on Logjam because it caps so fast.
Zebasai with a defensive sniper gets a big body shot into Warbird, and he can't finish the damage because of the angle. And we're going to see P on the defensive sniper as well. Knutsson just needs 15% as this Uber comes in, but Pyro's moved over to deny them. P once again doing a sterling job on Pyro. Going to allow Knutsson to get that Uber up. There's a scout going for the point though. Stickies are dead. They will go down. They've traded 1 for 1. But Knutsson has a full Uber in the bag, and AMS is going to lead out. He's taking a lot of damage. They're going to Uber out, but there's 2 people going for the back cap. So much damage, Zappis is even going to take one of them down.
Rising as well going for the back cap though. It's now a 2v1. Everybody alive on Ubersexuals is on the back cap.
In, but they're not near the point. The soldier's on the point. Ips is going to seal the point and take the first round in this final map of the grand final.
Big plays there. They sent 3 people for the back cap. Initially, Samzy and Ips, and then they just got absolutely smacked in lower lobby, and then Rising came in as well just to distract that heavy. Big plays by them, committing to that back cap there, and it paid off perfectly for them.
Let's go to Team Comms in this next
Big
match.
med pack. He hits me though.
The sword one left again.
Let's get buff scouts.
Stepping in now, Solly's gonna want.
P or fully buff. Solo on me. Again.
Solar house.
He missed. Nice.
Hit one guy, then we'll fall.
I'm 5
Weak,
HP.
I need to fall.
We're all very weak, leave.
I'm gonna die.
Died.
Let's be more aggro, mates. Fuck this. We just sit and let Solly jump us. Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys get weak.
Well, I think we know what's going to happen next middle. After. So yeah, they did. They all tried to focus that soldier behind, but it took so much attention away.
What's on last?
Zappis was completely isolated on the push. Ward not going to get anything there, but he just keeps himself alive. I'm going to see a full Uber push. The heavy, the Pyro coming out. Once again, the weight's going to be on P's shoulder to deny this Uber. They look like they want to come top left. It's lining up both scouts in a demo map. P's ready though. They get juggled back. He's going to go down to the stickies though. Nice combination from the scouts and Water working that down. They take down the heavy as well. They're trying to trade damage, but there's only 2 people left. They're going to block the point for a little bit, but clinical last push would be advantage now by Ubersexuals, taking an early 2-round lead. We heard it, Zebasai said, let's just go fucking aggressive on mid. So expect Nat from BK this time. Yeah, take it away, Sideshow.
Sideshow. Sideshow will be taking it away. Rib's gonna be, again, faster to mid than his counterpart Warher. Yeah, we'll see where the aggression comes out. Zappis from the bottom. They're gonna have to deal with Ibs though, as Ibs flies in, takes down Rib instantly. Rising as well, taking down a player, as Knutsson also gets picked by Ibs. Their aggression, they're completely destroyed. So, just anything that they're throwing at Ubersexuals is not working on these mid fights. Ubersexuals so strong on these mids, they've got it down really well, and they're not just sitting back and playing passive, as we've heard so much criticism for this map. They are actually going forwards and destroying them with this aggression, and it's just working out perfectly for Ubersexuals here.
Yeah, now we're going to see a similar situation once again, this last hold, Pyro heavy. I think Ubersexuals are just waiting for War to get back in the fight after respawning and rolling out. It's just going to get him buffed up, and imagine we'll see a push, and it looks like it's going to be both scouts top left with the demo to help take down that Pyro as well. Zebasai was actually on Pyro, and that time goes down straight away. We're going to try and rotate, but there's so much damage coming on. The soldier bomb's coming now as the Uber fades on the scouts in the demo. So much damage going on. Soldier's going to try and drop to block for point, but there's so much health and so many players, or Ubersexuals, maybe not so much health, but there's players up, and that's a quick 3-0 for Ubersexuals. And BK needs something on this mid, or they need to just not lose it so hard, to at least just stay in it for CP2.
Yeah, they definitely need some kind of new game plan as they approach this middle. Rib's really quick, again, just so quick, but he's not able to convert that into any kind of early damage on the scouts. He's just sticking off the health kit, and that's all they can do. They've got to try and block Rising as he comes down this left-hand side here. They've got one scout kind of looking at him, but in exchange for that, they've given up all of their point. And now Rising has come down onto Knutsson. He actually whiffs the final rocket and does go down. They've managed to stunt Ips as well, so this is looking a lot better here for BK. They have got the aggression now. Mirrorling goes down as well to Hairpy. Zebasai getting aggressive, and it's all gone perfectly for them. They did manage to... Oh, nice pipe at the end there, just to keep War alive. He manages to give Zebasai a bit of a smack on the nose, and he disappears away. AMS getting forward now, but Ips is hiding underneath this little ramp. Knutsson's almost on top of his head, but Ips is going the wrong way. No, he's now getting onto Rib. Oh, he gets taken out. That's unfortunate by Ips, but he had no vision.
They've Ubered forward now. It's popped on AMS, and he manages to get the pick on Warps, and there are no stickies, but they won't have Uber to get into this last point. Bit of a weird setup, but I imagine they should really go now before War and Ips are able to respawn. Only 5 seconds and a heavy coming out as well. BK starts to go now. Stickies are on the point. Scouts on the point. They force the debt and they get one pick for it, but it costs them 2 for this heavy. They're just going to stack for point. Really risky play, and everyone goes down.
Oh, that's a ridiculous play by BK.
Everyone went like the scout and the medic went at like the same time as well to the point, just in like some kind of Hail Mary for the point.
Yeah, it's like
there were 10 seconds left in the map or something.
Yeah, it's like they kind of forget how to play. They're putting players on the point to bait Ubersexuals there so that they can put damage on, but they don't have anybody to put damage on. They're just throwing players on the point to die. It's a really strange situation. Zebasai's actually on Sniper. This is the first time we've seen him snipe the entire best of 3. I think maybe the entire night. So we'll see what kind of magic he can pull out of his sniper rifle.
Samsy gets picked off trying to go aggressive, but they get a pick on AMS and Zappis in return, and they've actually Ubered through right now. War ploughing forward, getting another frag onto the sniper. Knutsson and Rib are backed all the way out to last, and they will have the Uber advantage for this. And they probably should get spawns in time, as it looks like Ubersexuals only just cap in middle, just going to set up on CP2. But what's going wrong now for BK? Was it just a terrible, terrible last push, kaidus?
Well, they got off they started off nice, like Ips was hiding underneath, and Knutsson kind of got caught between War and Ips and just made a good decision to pop. They fragged Ips, and so they fragged War. They had room to go into 2, but they just they didn't know how to go in. Their lack of experience on the map was just showing. They didn't know where to enter, there was no default position to go in, and by the time they made their mind up, there was a heavy and a pyro on the field, and you saw what happened. It was just a disgrace.
Yeah, meanwhile, they managed to pick Merlin, catching him out of position. I think it was AMS with the bot.
Oh, the backstab!
Backstab onto Pivo. They should clean up the spot, but now there's pressure coming in onto Knutsson. He still has no Uber in the bag, though. Spam's coming in. They're going to catch Spam on the point. I'm not sure if they should be able to finish this cap eventually. Knutsson's hung on to the Uber as well. They picked off Ips, and BK stabilised. And now Zebasai just won't quit at this choke point, forcing War further and further back. He gets an arrow to see himself out, but all this pressure is going to allow for a pretty comfortable mid-cap for BK, and BK is starting to turn up the aggression. They're going ahead as well, leaving one soldier to cap, scout and demo push They're going to push straight into the forward spawn. They can't finish anything though. Scout going for different things. And there is a scout behind right now as well, so imagine a repush from Ubersexuals right now. They're trying to clean up that scout behind. They should clean them up right now. Nice work from Zebasai again. Soldiers are going aggressive right now. Zappis will get Merlin with the last rocket. Huge play right there. Soldiers are going to come in. Ubersexuals just trying to trade as much as possible. The scouts are all under these soldiers. Here comes the rest of them. They're going to focus him down, just ribbing a scout. Knutsson is so weak, he will go down to the pistol eventually from Samsy, but they trade everyone except for Samsy for that. Samsy's still trying to gets damage on this scout. He's going to buy time at choke right now. He's got backup from Kyler now as well, and they might even have a bit of an attempt onto mid. Zappis just trades with Samsy, goes straight back to the spawn queue for Zappis. Now Scout trying to come through, but he might be caught out right now, but instead he gets baited in towards Sticky. Now this might open the door for Ubersexuals to come in. AMS is going to get picked up, trying to come through bottom left at the wrong time, and BK are just going to have to give up this mid.
The control point is being captured.
Yeah, they're streaming forward here. They have a 20% advantage on top of those 2 picks that they've managed to engineer for themselves. And no kind of off-class is being run here by BK as they defend the Spire. They've got another 10 seconds before the Uber's going to come out from Ubersexuals, and they're in a fairly defensible position. Ips actually checked above for Zappis, but then doesn't see him. And Zappis gets the frag on Miralin and Sam. Ridiculous plays. Just Ips checked the spot, or it looked like he checked it, but nothing. No reaction. Oh, Ips is coming in now, though.
Onto Knutsson. Knutson's on 95%, they clean him up, he ducks into the corner. There is still War hiding, he's just throwing hopeful pipes. I don't know if he has a sticky trap.
He does, he's watching a sticky trap. It's on house, around the choke.
The scout's gone back for it though. Rib dies, kills, like trades for War with stickies. They're still trying to force their way in, but they might lose another player coming in here. And just getting a little bit ahead of themselves now, they've not even finished capping mid. And now Ubersexuals might even try and block, maybe, or at least try and get the force out of them. They're going to lose AMS. Surely Knutsson's going to have to pop right now. He's solo popped onto a scout, but he's gone a different way than his scout. The P seems to be aware though, and there's still a scout behind. They need to clean him up. But he's got a health back, going to take the one-on-one, and here come the scouts. And the flank from Ubersexuals just to clean everything up. Riv and Zebasai still trying to fight, but Zebasai's completely isolated. There's a scout behind Riv right now. He's going to try and jump out, but he surely won't get very far. Samsy's straight on top of him. AMS just spamming rockets, but you think he's just going to fall out to last. They're going to get the forward spawns, but War's right there. Soldier's
How
so
high
here.
is he?
How many air shots are going? None of them will connect. Skyboxes, what?
Yeah, the skybox on Logjam is just incredibly high, and Zappis just felt the full force of that there. He was ridiculously high. He was about 10 spires in height.
If anyone had gone for a pick there, so many people wasted all their ammo on air shots as this Uber comes into last. They're going to clean up 2 frags, and we might be looking at a 4-0 right now. It's going to take an almighty effort from Rib and Zappis to hold on to this. They're doing their best. Zappis gets one, jumping on the point. Rib's going to jump, drop down and kill him. But there's too many Ubersexuals players, and we're at match point right now. 4-0 to Ubersexuals. Should we go to the BK comms?
Definitely.
Yeah, everyone, Zebasai, wrong way.
Wrong way?
Yeah, I can't heal you there.
I'll get to them. I'll wait up.
But we're
That's
going
demo.
left.
Demo is slow.
Coming in choke now, let's get buffs.
Soldier not bottom left.
Sorry, one left.
I'm fucked left.
Get the smoke kid.
Cut below.
Got
Got
him,
on
Rib.
Cut really
Got a
well.
counter point.
Get them on solid
Sorry,
launch.
jumped.
I'm gonna die.
Redwig.
Nice, free up. You got this.
Got right side. They're cave. Medic in cave.
Step down.
Sole our kid. Sweet.
Yeah,
He's
sorry,
big
take a
HP.
kit.
He's weak.
It's only him. Nice.
Hold down.
That's alright.
Meet me.
Let's go forward.
I'll come to
I got him.
Well, a wipe on mid. They lose Knutsson to another, I think it was an air shot, a wall shot, somewhere in between. And now we see Samsy on the defensive sniper going in as they cap CP2 for free. And they've even got a little bit of an advantage out of this. They should be aware, but they'll have to be pretty direct onto Merlin to make any use of it. It might be difficult with that Pyro.
Yeah, I think it's possible on Logjam. If you anticipate the Pyro being top right and instead go out main or something like that with a demo scout or even double scout Uber, you're quite far back, but if Merlin chooses to shepherd the rest of his team back into spawn instead, you can just play for the point. But Zebasai actually just throws himself in there. Not really sure why. Maybe they don't realize that they have the Uber advantage, and instead we're going to go for some kind of off class. Maybe Zebasai is going to respawn on Sniper. They've got 15 minutes left. They've still got quite a bit of time to deal with something. AMS is coming in as the Uber charge comes out of top right. I have no idea what's going on here for BK. What's running through their minds?
He gets a nice little 2-shot on Rising on the fade out, but that's all they really got from that Uber. And it costs them quite a lot, but it looks like Ubersexuals just want to hold, don't want to risk overcommitting at all here, going to let BK try again to sort of crack the defense. I know you said you're not that experienced, kaidus. What are BK doing wrong? Because they had a few opportunities previously.
Well, like, I don't understand. These two things just don't go in. Zebo going in and dying, okay, they're sacking off the 10% Uber advantage. Probably a smart decision, because versus a Pyro and Merlin, probably not going to frag Merlin with only about 3 seconds of Uber. But then they just push. Like, it works out okay. Like, they stabilize, kind of fortunately, but that could have gone so bad. Like they need this. They need this round so bad, and they almost threw it away. Like a really bizarre sequence of decisions.
They've got the Uber again. They're going to again bash their heads through this left door. Kyler's making them look foolish right now, and Kyler's going to chase. He should be able to get in his scout frag. He gets one, and I think they're just going to back it off right now. Content with their one pick and denying BK until they have another Uber. BK needs to try something different.
Yeah, like with 10, like it was like Sideshow was saying. I can't believe I'm agreeing with Sideshow in a criticism of a grand finalist team. But yeah, like, they shouldn't. If that's how they want to play it, and they want to just try and use these 10% advantages, like there's a window there. Heist added a window, so you can see like there's a Pyro there. All right, Kyler's an amazing Pyro in this situation. I think probably the best in Prem there is at the moment at denying Ubers. And they just keep throwing, like, slamming their faces at Shadow. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, we're about 10% away from potentially another slam through the door, and it genuinely looks like they're going to go for it again.
They're just doing the same push again, and this is it just beggars belief. It's literally exactly the same. They've trapped Zebasai again. They're going to get the pick on Zebo again. It's just madness. Oh, they actually don't manage to get the pick this time.
AMS is trying to make some plays. They do not get Merlin. Merlin surfs away from the coming free main right now. They've got damage on Heavy. They're trying to finish that Heavy down to 60 HP. The Heavy's pretty low, but they get shut out main and they can't come in anymore. Soldier's going to keep going aggressive. War's going to go aggressive as well. Knutsson's on low HP, but Rib has the defensive pipes. I don't know if Rising's thinking of a bot. He's going to get an arrow. I think he's just going to take point control right. In fact, is he even going back to last? I think the spawn waves come in and Ips is just Holiday's team back for another hold.
Yeah, really strange play there by BK, and with the score at 4-0, Ips and his team, they're just perfectly content with sitting on last here. They've got their defensive setup. They realise that BK are just dribbling in their attempts to push in. But actually, Kyler made a crucial error here. He's not locked them out of the door, and BK have been able to take some position. No, they haven't. They've just left.
The results the same. Results the same.
Exactly the same.
And the Uber's already set.
But BK had an opportunity there. That was the difference. They just didn't make the most of it. That was a poor defense by Ubersexuals instead of BK doing it really badly. But once they got in through that choke point, they needed to take position on the top left-hand side, in my opinion, and really try and make something happen there. Get the rest of their team in and have a team fight while they've got some position on last, where they don't have to batter their way through these tiny choke points. Instead, they've just gone for Zebasai on Spy and see how that plays out.
Well, it's better than what they're doing right now, to be honest, because it's been about 4 minutes. He said before they have 15 minutes. 15 minutes is a reasonable amount of time, to get at least 4 caps. But not if you're taking on average.
Zebasai's from behind, sorry and he's used the Diamondback crits to try and get the force out of Merlin. Oh, he doesn't actually manage. Damage.
Yeah, they're going to Uber in now through this Pyro solo subject Uber. Merlin's going to pop off pretty safely. AMS is going to try and escape through the other door. He will successfully escape. But I'm not really sure if they've got any sort of backup plan lined up, really. Zappis is in, just solo, trades for Rising. Again, it's disjoint. A scout on the point!
Oh my lord, they left Sneaky open and he just runs in and caps
or is it
it.
Genius?
Well, okay, we can call it genius if you want. We'll give the credit to BK there if you like. That was genius. What a well-executed distraction to allow Happy to get in. The score 4-1 as we go into our 6th middle. Again, Rib, so aggressive, so... Oh, a nice air pipe.
Rib.
And another great pipe as well to take down Rising. So all of the aggression stunted right at the beginning of this mid for Ubersexuals, and they're just going to back off straight away. They realise that things have gone south, and BK are going to try and make the most of this. Push the aggression forwards. Ips is going to be hiding up top. He's going to drop down onto Knutsson, get the first rocket off. Knutsson down to 30 health. He does go down. Ips getting the pick. War's gone down in the meantime, though, along with AMS. Rib is so weak, and there's no heals on the board for his team.
No cap time for all of this. They eventually get on it, but it might be too late as Ubersexuals are coming out in full strength. They need to give a force out here, ideally. Soldier still dancing around. He's going to try and jump up. Scout's not on the point. He's now going for a solo effort. He might run in Merlin if he's lucky. Well, Demo's not bad. He's going to take that one. But Merlin does have full Uber, and Ubersexuals just coming out on top, really. Just keep
AMS is hiding. AMS is hiding for the force. Oh, but Merlin just completely dodges it somehow. I have no idea how he managed not to take a single point of damage there, but somehow the slippery little Latvian eel manages to wiggle his way out of it without taking any damage.
Now, again, they pick off Zappis, they shut him down, Ips reads him perfectly, traps him bottom left with his buff, takes him out, and now he's walking forward with a super advantage that he's had for quite a while now. And they're just taking their time over this, as I think there is a player threatening to flank them cave. Do they know about him yet? Well, they do now. Samsy with a 2-shot there, crisp kill. And they're going to make their way forward right now, forcing them back. Only 70% on Knutsson, and they're going to have to concede in this ground. Soldier's going in for a attempt to skip jump. AMS will go down. Zappis is going down as well now. Merlin down to 40 HP. But they can't get the force out, and Merlin's just going to let himself heal back up on cave. But all this has given Knutsson time to get Uber.
Yeah, it has. They have the Uber charge. They got the Zappis spawn in 5 seconds. It looks like War and Kyle are going to be doing the same push that BK have done so many times, but the difference here being that BK are not running a pyro. They can't deny them very well. They've got so much cap time there. The point, just a tiniest of tiny little cap points. I'm babbling.
Yeah, Kyler tried to babble his way through and past all the team as well, but that didn't work out for him. There's now Stickies and a Scout on point, but they're going to be quickly forced back. Soldier trying to go aggressive. Samsy will get taken down by a combination of spam. Soldier's trying to come through choke, but he takes so much damage. He's surely going to go down, but he gets Knutsson actually. Ips somehow slinks away on low HP before eventually being cleaned up. There's now a Scout on Merlin as well. Merlin down to 20 HP before he gets the health back. But I think there is a Soldier about to come in behind, but War's got the perfect read. Scout tries and forces his way through, but War, absolutely perfect timing. I think he may have even got a call, and he was so ready for that. And now they get full Uber advantage. And they could re-extend this to a 4-round lead right here if they do this right.
They definitely could.
They're going to push before they're set up.
Yeah, and the spawns are not going to come in before they push in here. War taking it forward with Rising and Sam. They're going to focus down, they're focusing down players and playing for the point. Merlin just gets on it, takes off his Uber charge and caps it off. The very fast cap time there on last, working out in his favour. They've taken it to 5-1. They only need one more round before the win difference rule, the mercy rule, will come into effect. And they will have taken this grand final of ETF2L Season 19, powered by TT Esports. We are going to our 7th mid-fight though, and the time is ripe for BK to turn this around and bring the comeback that everybody wants. Rising, hanging around in this lower left-hand side. It's actually going to get engaged right at the beginning of the mid by Zebasai. Zap is taking a pick onto Sam. Sam and Ips going down in exchange. Oh, but Rising getting aggressive here, trying to get onto Knutsson, misses that last direct at the end. War and Merlin, the only people left alive from Ubersexuals, are going to be able to get out, but Zappis is kind of chasing them back. Zappis going in, he's getting onto Merlin. Oh, he doesn't know who to go for, actually. Merlin on 80% Uber, but just rides that rocket all the way out to safety. Zappis instead getting the pick on Warher, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go into basically equal Ubers. I don't think Ubersexuals are going to risk a push out here, so they're going to have time to build it up. If BK want any hope of taking this ETF2L Grand Final, they need to convert this push now. Poor Uber through main, just getting bounced back at the worst time. It's just going to get a really nice solo off. They're going to claim 3 frags before the Uber even fades, and they're just going to have to back it up right now, and Ubersexuals are starting to push out.
They're pushing out with the Pyro here. Kyler pushing out onto Spire as Pyro War's going to be trying to get some damage on the players that are backing off. Spawns now all coming in for BK. They look like they want to fight this. Rib's getting a pick onto Ibs. Rib's on fire, but is going to still be able to pump out that damage. War and Merlin so weak, they have to back off to last, and they've got 2 picks. The time is perfect for BK to push in here before they get their Uber charge up. Do you think they're going to do it, CX?
They're going to go through main where the stickies are, though, and that's going to be the problem. There's a Zebasai from a different angle where they're pushing into a heavy, they're 84%. They're going to try and get a soldier on the point. Everyone drops to the point, but can't get the damage out in time. There's not enough damage. They're all going to be cleaned up. There's just one scout stuck and demo stuck around lobby. They're all going to be cleaned up. It's a complete wipe for nothing.
It's so miserable to see this. Like, they just delay. Like, why do they delay? There's 2 picks and they just stand around. Like, Hair P was weak, but mostly they were fine. Like, just go to the door that's the furthest away from damage. Use the numbers to get in. Like, they never do this. They're never using the numbers just to get in and take a position. It doesn't matter if they spawn when you're in, because they're coming out of spawn. It's like focus spam you can do. They're just never seizing their moments to push this last.
And they're really having a problem with it. It's cost them so many points here in this final map. Just their inability to push last. They just seem to.
It's been the story of the day, really. Like, if you think about pretty much all the maps we've seen and the failed last pushes that BK have done, and now they're contending with a map they barely know. It's just exacerbated. So, yeah.
They get the force out for the double soldier sack here, but it's desperation times right now. Scouts, Zebasai's in there.
Oh, Knutsson gets a pick on Miralin! Knutsson just fires a random arrow out and gets the pick on Miralin. He's now got his crit streak. Ridiculous play from him. That was magical. And BK are going to be streaming forward here. They need 4 rounds in order to tie this up and go to a golden cap. They have 3.5 minutes.
They need to just go and not stop. Like, keep moving. Scout caps, everyone go. Crits on 2. They have no choice at all.
Wow, that fence literally just saved Knutsson's life there, as that rocket was going to hit him from rising, but high snare. Doing Knutsson a favour by putting that fence in, and here come BK, powering through choke. Soldier's going to land on Knutsson, he's got crits, he's going to have to pop it. They're not going to really get anything. Rib actually gets Kyler with it, with the sticking. They're pumping forward now, Rib's trying to throw out more damage. Scouts coming in from top. They're all kind of forced back into this corner, but they've got no spam classes to really clean them up. AMS arrived with no help. Down he goes. They're going to clean up P surely eventually. P's going to do his best, but Samsy's got the read of him. Takes him down. Merlin has a full Uber, a full crits even. 2 minutes 50 seconds left. 4-round differential.
GG.
Yeah, it's not mathematically possible right now. Yeah. We have our ETF2L Season 19 Grand Final champions in the form of the Ubersexuals, the blue team that you're seeing on your screens right here. It is not possible for BK to get back into this, but it was a very valiant effort on a map that they're not too familiar with. But certainly the dream, the story of them coming through the semi-final, they were the 3rd seed as they came into this playoff. For them to get into the final in the first place took a momentous effort, and then to win the second map there that we saw on Viaduct was just incredible. All the games have been so close and just amazing games with full of brilliant moments by everybody. But the fairy tale story, the fairy tale underdog story from BK wasn't quite destined to happen today. And Ubersexuals able just to take this map that they're slightly more familiar with. 5-1 is probably going to be the final scoreline, possibly even 6-1. They might take them to the win limit.
Oh yeah, AMS found a way to get a pick on Merlin though, so they're fighting all the way to the end. They might even try a push out now, you never know. It looks like Ips is just going in main, we're just going to commit to this, but Ips is completely denied by the scout. Down he goes. Now they're going to push, War goes down, they actually clean up quite a lot of frags. They're going to have one final push out of the season. 1 minute 22 seconds left, they're making their way forward, getting onto Spire. AMS with a nice rocket onto the scout, but just launches Samsy above him. Meanwhile, Rising's killed Knutsson. They're still trying to go forward. The GGs are being called. Well plays are coming out. And yeah, kaidus, where did it all go wrong? Is it all really down to that lack of last push?
Well, they had to. It was kind of like they had to figure out the mids. They lost 3 quick rounds because of mids, basically. Like, I can't remember properly, man, it's all a blur. But I think they didn't win a mid the first 3 or so, and they went 3 down because of that. And then when they actually got a foothold in the game, like, they had a real uphill battle and did themselves no favours just with these, like, nothing short of atrocious last pushes. And it's like, Well, you can kind of understand it, like they don't know the map that well, but we've seen it all day from them, and it is like it's a fundamental flaw in their play at the moment, and arguably has cost them the championship. Just like just came short of ideas in the end. I mean, like it says it all. Like the 3 or 4 like cycles, yeah. That just kind of says it all. Like I think that might be like Knutsson's calling. I mean, he's done his best, and he's done a pretty decent job. It's got to be said, but. I mean, he's not exactly like a seasoned team leader in this kind of situation, so it's kind of like I was saying earlier, sometimes when you get into these games and you're just like, you're constantly thinking you have to take a round fast, like you're several rounds down, like, you forget the basics, like you forget that you can go crits, you forget that you can, you know, slow it down, you have 12, like it was 13 or 14 minutes left when there were 3 pushing last, like, you have time to run a sniper to go for these spy plays and just like slow it down a bit, but by the time they actually decided to do that, they'd fucking pissed around for about 5 minutes. So the time actually was against them, and then they had to just slam their faces against this shutter door even more. But I don't know, their last wishes were kind of bad all day, to be fair, and just, yeah, lack of map knowledge, I guess, in the end on this one.